What's going on, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Shrek, and we're back with another video, guys. As the title states, we are working on a code. As I was saying, we are working on a code. Let me actually go check the code. But we're working on the Camry, on the 2007 3.5 V6 Camry. A little coffee first. Cheers, guys. Morning. All right. So let me plug in, and I will show you guys what code it is. So for starters, we do connect our OBD scanner onto the OBD port. We go ahead and get our trusty key, turn the ignition on. That is how you connect your scanner. Next, we go ahead and check it. This is an old scanner I've had for years now. As you can tell, it's had better days. But let's go ahead and check the code. All right, so that's the code we're after. The camshaft position sensor, B circuit bank 1. So I already went ahead and replaced that sensor, but unfortunately it didn't fix it, which leads me to believe the harness or the plug are bad. So what we're going to be doing right now is connecting our trusty power probe. We're going to connect our power probe and then check the plug, the ends on the plug, see if that's the issue, if it's getting any current or anything. If not, then we will go ahead and trace the wires or make sure that the plug itself isn't, the little connectors aren't pulled out of the plug. If that checks out, we're going to run and go ahead through the harness, see if there's a break anywhere. Hopefully it's just the plug. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess trying to trace the whole harness. But let me go to the front and show you guys how we go about that. All right, so we are on this side of the engine now. And I do believe these are the camshaft position sensors or crank position sensors. You have another one right there. And of course, the one we are working on is one that's behind the manifold. Luckily, I believe all I have to take off is the intake to reach it. Let me go ahead and take off the intake and see if that's all I need to, if there's not more stuff to do. But so far, I believe it is just these. These are the crank, well, or the camshaft position. This is bank 2, I believe. This is supposed to be like 4, 5, and 6, and that's bank 1. 6 because I did change that coil and it was giving me a code for the coil on cylinder 6. So it should be 1, 2, and 3. So A and B. And let me show you guys. These are the little sensors. These little things right here. Take it out, show you guys. So here it is. So they're all the same one. It's just 4 of them, different positions. Let's go ahead and get started. We are actually we did take off the intake, the filter housing or cover. I did go ahead and take off the throttle body, and I am taking off the intake manifold just because it will make it easier for me to show you guys what we're working on. The sensor's directly behind this, and you could reach and possibly wiggle your hands through, but I won't be able to show you guys clearly what we're doing. So I am taking off the manifold. For the manifold, it is 2 nuts and then 4 bolts. So we shall take that off and be right back with you guys. As I said, 6 points of contact, 2 nuts, 4 bolts, and it comes right off. So if you ever need to clean your or replace your, I believe it's called a pendulum, the gasket, a pendulum gasket or something like that. That's how you go ahead and change it. It is your intake gasket. So for this harness or cable, it is right here. It is this one right here. This sensor right here. And as you can tell, it was repaired already once. Split open this loom and go ahead and redo the wiring. So let me go ahead and take it off and check it with the power probe. We do have the power probe connected and we do have signal on it. Let me check the ground and the positive. Set you guys right here. have ground right there. And well, I have two signals. That's not right. That shouldn't be right, actually. So we have two signals. Unless something went wrong on the connection side. Because yeah, we're showing two signals. A ground signal and signal. So looks like I'm gonna have to break this apart and see what's wrong with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we do have the cable off now, as you guys can tell. And I just discovered something that's a little weird. I will go ahead and look up a diagram for it, but checking these sensors over here, which is on bank 1, I'm actually going to go ahead and check the one on bank 2 has the ground on the middle one on both sensors. Let me go ahead and check bank 1. So I might be just tripping, but on that one it has it on the end. Let me go ahead and unplug this one. All right, so as you guys can see, that's ground, and we are on the middle plug. Now on the one furthest, we have 5. It's probably a signal. I wanted to say 5 volts, but it's not power, so it's probably signal. And then let me show you guys on the bottom one, or the 2 outside ones have 5. They're signals, and the middle one is the ground. On our connector, sorry I can't show you guys with my head mount. I'm using my phone. See if I can stand you guys somewhere so I can show you guys better. Let's see right here. Bear with me, not sure if it's gonna be good or not, but and yes, I'm doing a little Mickey Mouse with the Power Probe because I don't have small little ones for this, but as you can tell, that is 5. It's showing 5 for signal, 5 for signal, and my ground is showing it on the outside one. So I'm going to go ahead and switch those 2 cables around and see how we go from there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We did go ahead and splice it up, and as I said, please excuse the setup. We are going to go ahead and check. As I said, I was going to flip around 2 of the wires to get the ground in the middle like all the other ones are. Let me see if I can get you guys right here. Show you guys there is signal on that first one. The middle one is at ground, and the other outside is signal as well. So we'll go ahead and plug it back in. Well, reassemble our car. We have some things to do right now, so we will reassemble it. Cross our fingers, and hopefully everything works properly now. So stay tuned. Next clip will be with the scanner. Alrighty, so we did put the pendulum. I remember it is called the pendulum because the intake manifold is right down there. Pendulum is on just with 2 nuts. I did just roughly fit the intake on with the sensor. That way we have all our sensors back on. We will be going to plug in our OBD scanner, and let's go inside the car. Hopefully that's all it was, just wires mixed up. And let me get plugging and showing y'all. So unfortunately, I did go ahead and unplug a bunch of sensors while I left the ignition on. So it's giving me codes for every single sensor I disconnected. Mass airflow, we have heater control. I believe that is a O2 sensor. But we have all kinds of sensors that I did unplug. We do have evap leak, which I will be checking. So that's pending. That's pending. That's pending. That's pending. They are all pending. So let me finish it up, take it for a test drive, and report. All right, everything is back put to where it goes. Not the nicest, neatest, but everything's where it goes. All sensors are plugged in. Engine is a little dirty, but it is what it is. Let's go for a test drive. All right, so we're back from our test drive, and unfortunately, a check engine light did come back on, but this time it's only for the heater control circuit low bank 2 sensor 2, which I believe it is a oxygen sensor. So if anything, I'll go ahead and pick one up right now at the auto parts and install it, plug it in, see where we go from there. So the check engine light for our crank or cam position sensor did go away. We test drove it for about 12 miles. I'll drive it some more, see if it comes back on, but as of now, that did fix our issue, because before, as soon as we would turn it on, the check engine light would come on for that specific sensor. Fortunately, it didn't come back on. Unfortunately, we still have this one. Regardless, we will continue to work on it and go from there. See what else comes up. We do have to do a maintenance on it as well. I do have a light for the tire pressure sensor, only because it has aftermarket wheels and they don't have a sensor on them. So I'm trying to fix this car up, get everything properly done on it, because it will be getting smogged in August. It is currently January, so we do want to have it ready just for a smog, possibly trade it or sell it. I am in the market for a Tahoe. I need a bigger vehicle for our family, so we will be possibly selling it or trading up. Nonetheless, I do not want to send it off with check engine lights and issues, so that's why we are trying to do all the maintenance and get it ready. With that being said, guys, as always, if you're at home, enjoy time with your family. If you're on the road, be safe. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, like. You guys know the order. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.